Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 82 based on novel. So let's start. Do you have a solution? What can I do? The woman also said slightly, and then said to Xiao Yan. Space attribute fighting skills, I know. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, the palm of his hand suddenly changed, and the next moment he also displayed Space Shuttle. The Space Shuttle handprint is the space fighting skill that Xiao Qian taught Xiao Yang in the Infernal Corpse Forest. This kind of Space Shuttle handprint can travel through any space, provided that Xiao Yang has reached the space he traveled through. Shabu Shabu. In the next breath, the space where Xiao Yang was standing also slowly wriggled, and then the next moment, Xiao Yang also disappeared in place, like a ghost, and disappeared silently. This is. The woman was also overjoyed when she saw this. Obviously, this Xiao Yang could actually have such a profound space fighting skill. Now, there are some ways to take away the source of life stone. The next moment, the space not far away also squirm-led in the same way, and Xiao Yang also appeared in the not-too-distant place quietly. Ha ha, how is it? Xiao Yang also laughed. Although it is a space attribute fighting skill, it seems that this is not enough. The woman didn't seem to be happy for a long time because Xiao Yang knew the space attribute fighting skill, she just kept her voice down. Because the woman also knows the tyranny of the power of this broken space, so it is also the Tao. It shouldn't be. Xiao Yang said slightly when he heard the words. What she said is true. Although she has the fighting skills of the space attribute, this broken space is not a joke. If you don't pay attention, you will be smashed to pieces. This kind of shattering, even now I am powerless. The Golden Dragon King also said. However, if you're not afraid of death, you can try it out. The next moment, the woman spoke slowly. Be careful in everything, first talk about what you need. Xiao Yang also said, obviously the reason why this woman said she was not afraid of death must have some basis. The 10-meter radius around this origin of life stone is the range of the broken space. Once ordinary people enter it, I am afraid that it will be instantly wiped out. But if you have space fighting skills, you can give it a try. Use space fighting skills to enter from the periphery of this broken space, directly approach the origin of life stone, and take it away the moment you appear there. The woman also said with fiery eyes. What? Hearing this, Xiao Yang was also surprised. Even with Xiao Yang's concentration, he was immediately sluggish. Entering the shattered space, what Xiao Yang means is not clear. This shattered space is something that even Dozian-level powerhouses are quite afraid of. Now Xiao Yang is only the strength of the middle stage of the 4-star Do Emperor. If this shattered space touches any trace, then Xiao Yang will only end up in the end. 1. Fall directly. But not to mention, although he knows space fighting skills and can enter the surroundings of the source of life from the outside, but the moment he appears, he will definitely be under the pressure of the broken space. If it is not good, in an instant, he also ended up in ashes. Although I know it's a good thing, it's really good not to take it. Xiao Yang also scolded a few words secretly, and then he was also ready, always ready to act. Although this method is dangerous, fortunately there is a chance. If we have two people here who know space fighting skills, it will be much easier and there will not be so many dangers. The woman also said slowly. When Xiao Yang heard the words, he didn't care what the woman said. He took off the ancient ruler of Yihuahang, then took out some medicinal pills, swallowed it, and recovered his lost fighting qi. After all, only with sufficient fighting qi can Xiao Yang have the confidence to do this. Don't forget your Emperor-level mortal-level soul power. The next moment, the Golden Dragon King also seemed to remember something, and then slowly smiled at Xiao Yang. The soul power of the Emperor realm. The next moment, Xiao Yang suddenly remembered something, and then his face became excited. Yes. I have the soul power of the mortal level peak of this Emperor realm, so. The next moment, Xiao Yang also closed his eyes abruptly, carefully communicating the aura in the soul realm deep within his body. After a few breaths, Xiao Yang suddenly opened his eyes, and a smile slowly spread out. The next moment, the woman's pupils shrank tightly, and then she saw two identical figures appear in front of her. These two people are exactly the same in terms of looks and breath, and even the woman at this time can't tell who is real and who is fake. It's been a long time. As soon as the two Xiao Yan appeared, the woman was greatly surprised. The next moment, one of them, Xiao Yan, also bowed. I have been in the soul realm for many days. You only think of me now. You are quite incompetent for the title of master. Another Xiao Yan also said slowly, but he could hear it in his voice. Like best friends. It's no wonder I'm here. After all, I've just come here, and I don't dare to summon you rashly if I'm not familiar with this place, otherwise, if something unexpected happens. Xiao Yang said. In this way, others can't tell the difference between the two of us, so I'd better change into a suit. After the other Xiao Yang finished speaking, he suddenly turned into a black suit. Which one of you is Xiao Yang, and who is? The woman also had some difficulty distinguishing the two, because the two were one black and one white at this time, and their breath and even soul strength were exactly the same. No wonder this woman is like this. Does it matter who is real and who is fake? The white Xiao Yang also said slowly. Yes, you and I are one body, one is prosperous, and one is damaged. The black Xiao Yang also said. How about it? Did you hear what happened just now? Are you confident? Bai Xiaoyan also asked Tilda, what do you think? Black Xiao Yang also smiled and said slowly. Then let's take a look together. Look at how terrifying our combined power is. The white Xiao Yang also said quite fiery. The white Xiao Yang is the original Xiao Yang. As for the black Xiao Yang, that is, the avatar of soul power, although both of them have the strength of the middle stage of the 4-star Do Di, these two are still dominated by the white Xiao Yang. Master, let's start now. The white Xiao Yang also smiled slowly, and then said to the Golden Dragon King. Ha ha, you kid. Seeing this, the Golden Dragon King nodded with satisfaction. The reason why Xiao Yang didn't summon this soul clone early was to hide this trump card. Xiao Yang is confident, adding this avatar with the same strength as his own, and the immortal body. I am afraid that the 6-star Do Emperor powerhouses all have the power to fight. It's just that Xiao Yang didn't use these methods, because these are also his own methods to suppress the bottom of the box, so he won't use them unless he has to. If you don't make a move, it's already done. Once you make a move, it will be a thunderous situation. I have long heard that after the soul's power reaches the Emperor's mortal level, it is possible to condense a clone that is indistinguishable from the main body. The clone has all the power of the main body. Now, it seems that it is true. Long Yi also said slowly. Let's start. The woman also said. The woman just finished speaking, the fairy sword inserted on the ground also exudes a power, and then slowly injects it into the woman. With the injection of this power, the strength of the woman also skyrockets, and it is achieved in a short period of time. The level of the 7-star Do Di. This is no different from some secret methods, but the duration is too short. The woman also saw Xiao Yang's doubts and said. Be careful, the space here is very strange, even the body of a fighting emperor can't use it. If you lose, then just give up, we are trying to figure out a way. The voice of the Golden Dragon King also slowly echoed in this space. Yes. Xiao Yang also replied softly, but he couldn't help feeling a little moved by the concern of his master, the Golden Dragon King. Moreover, Xiao Yang also vaguely knew that this source of life stone would also be of indescribable benefit for his master to restore his strength in the future, so he had to get this source of life stone no matter what. If that's the case, let's start. Xiao Yang also closed his eyes slightly, then the next moment his eyes suddenly opened, and an extremely vigilant gaze was also scanning the origin of life stone. White Xiao handed over to Black Xiao Yang. The two of them also knew the significance of this action, so they did not dare to be slighted, and their aura was also enhanced to the extreme. Boom boom boom. The next moment, the Golden Dragon King, Long Yi, and the woman exuded extremely terrifying fluctuations, and then an extremely huge force also attacked. The target is the broken space in front of you. The three of them feigned attack, which could reduce Xiao Yang a little bit of pressure. The three extremely terrifying attacks turned into powder when they entered the shattered space within 9 meters. Even if the three of them join forces, they are only 1 meter away. This broken space is so terrifying. The next moment, Bai Xiaoyan also moved, and the fingerprints changed rapidly, and then the next moment, the space in front of Bai Xiaoyan also wriggled. In this regard, He Xiao Yang also nodded knowingly, and then there was a hint of heaviness in his eyes. The next moment, Black Xiao Yang also ignored him completely, then wrapped his body in milky white flames, and suddenly stepped into the squirming space. As the Black Xiao Yang stepped into the wriggling space, a lot of sweat beads appeared on the white Xiao Yang's forehead, and then the aura all over his body burst out. Traveling through space is extremely exhausting. Damn it, it must be successful. White Xiao Yang gritted his teeth and reluctantly said, because this Black Xiao Yang was cultivated by the power of the Emperor's mortal soul. Xiao Yang and Xiao Yang's body are both prosperous and damaged. If something happens to this avatar, then Xiao Yang will also suffer a terrifying backlash. This is not what Xiao Yang is happy to see. The attack of the Golden Dragon King and the three did not stop, because they all knew the horror of this broken space, so the attacks were also issued continuously. At this time, with the attack of the Golden Dragon King and the three of them, in the broken space, the source of life stone in the circular object also emitted a faint light, obviously knowing that someone was trying to break into the space here generally. There was a slight gleam of light, and then it fell silent again, as if it had always been so bleak. Tick-tock. Under the origin of life, the round object also dropped a few drops of water. Boom boom boom. As a few water droplets fell, many plants appeared on the seemingly smooth ground. These plants obviously appeared out of thin air, and they started to grow crazily as soon as they appeared, and then the strange thing was that above the plants, the terrifying aura also emanated instantly. With the appearance of these plants, an aura like death instantly filled Xiao Yang's heart. This is the taste of the realm. The next moment, the Golden Dragon King's pupils also shrank suddenly, and then his eyes stared at the water droplets in the round object in front of him. These plants are obviously what the water droplets did, so with the eyesight of the Golden Dragon King, he recognized the taste of the realm at a glance, and the water droplets can actually emit the fluctuations of the realm. The secret in this origin of life is really not easy. Although the Golden Dragon King doesn't know why this origin of life is so terrifying, but anyone who has come into contact with the word domain is synonymous with the powerhouse above Dozian, so now this source of life stone is also different. It's still a little bit. Bai Xiao Yang was also struggling to support, and the squirming space in front of him was still going on. This wriggling space is the last escape for his Black Xiao Yang soul power clone. It was the Black Xiao Yang who entered the squirming space, and the next moment he could also appear next to the source of life stone out of thin air. However, in order to be safe, Xiao Yang did not rashly let the Black Xiao Yang take action. Enough to grasp. Black Xiao Yang is an avatar of soul power, so Xiao Yang can sometimes control him, but this avatar of soul power is also an independent entity, and it is only dominated by Xiao Yang. It can't be like this anymore. The Golden Dragon King's pupils also changed into Golden Dragon pupils. The Golden Dragon Eye just appeared, and a very special power also emanated from the Golden Dragon King in the state of soul. That breath is like the supreme power between heaven and earth, ruling the world. What a terrifying aura. The Golden Dragon King in the state of the soul is so powerful, so how powerful should the Golden Dragon King be at its peak? Long Yi couldn't help but say, because the moment the Golden Dragon King's golden pupils appeared, there was a burst of hair. The terrifying coercion that originated from the depths of the soul also directly made Long Yi worship him. Is this the peak of Shizu's current strength? Bai Xiaoyan struggled to support the squirming space while staring at the Golden Dragon King in front of him. According to Xiao Yang's guess, the Golden Dragon King at this time has truly possessed the strength of the fighting immortal level. Fighting immortal powerhouse tilde even on this mysterious spirit continent, he is a peak-like existence, turning the river and the sea between the clouds and the hands. It really happened twice. The woman also said slowly, obviously shocked by the terrifying breath of the Golden Dragon King, but the next moment, she also saw those plants in the broken space, and attacked them with their teeth and claws. So I didn't have time to think about it, my breath burst out, and the terrifying fluctuations also attacked those mysterious plants. Dragon God Claw. The next moment, the Golden Dragon King's human-like body, one palm also turned into a dragon claw, and then slightly raised the dragon claw exuding golden light, and then fiercely photographed the broken space in front of him. The golden dragon claws and golden scales are quite luxurious, and together with the invincible power, they also attack the broken space. Boom boom boom. The seemingly simple blow actually contained the power of the Golden Dragon King's domain, and then a few people saw it, when the Golden Dragon King's golden dragon claws were photographed in the broken space. The shattering space that originally had a radius of 10 meters made a loud shattering sound. Obviously, only 5 meters were destroyed. But those plants on the ground, even if they were only attacked by the remaining power of the dragon's claws, would be torn apart. This dragon claw, which contains the power of the domain, is so terrifying. Boom boom boom. The terrifying afterglow of the dragon god's claw is also extremely terrifying, but fortunately, at the moment when the power erupted, the golden dragon put a layer of golden vindictive shackles on several people, so it also saved several people from such terrifying fluctuations. Otherwise, the women at this time, Long Yi and Xiao Yan, are unable to withstand such terrifying power, and I am afraid that the end will be extremely miserable. However, the rather peculiar broken space originally had a radius of 10 meters, but now after the terrifying blow of the Golden Dragon King that contained the dragon claws, half of the range was lost, and only 5 meters were suppressed abruptly. Scope. It's a pity that it's only in the state of the soul, otherwise, it would be easy to destroy this broken space with a single blow. The Golden Dragon King also sighed. In this regard, Xiao Yang has no doubts. After all, the Golden Dragon King is the most powerful person in the dragon family except the Dragon God. I am afraid that the Dragon God's claw is so terrifying just in the state of its soul. If it has a body and regains its strength, Xiao Yang also has no doubts that the dragon claws of his master, the Golden Dragon King, are probably enough to kill an immortal warrior. The plants in the 5-meter broken space also seemed to be quite afraid of the invincible power of the Golden Dragon King, and they also showed a hint of fear. But the strangest thing is that those plants were severely damaged in an instant after being hit by the afterglow of the Golden Dragon King's dragon claws, but the next moment, they were also growing again. With such a terrifying vitality, even the Golden Dragon King smacked his tongue secretly. It's just that the strange thing is that even in the face of such a terrifying blow from the Golden Dragon King, the origin of life stone did not fluctuate at all. It's as solid as a rock. Take advantage of it now. Before the afterglow had disappeared, a roar also appeared behind Xiao Yang. Bai Xiaoyan also nodded his head. He was very pleased that his master, the Golden Dragon King, had bought so much time for him. The next moment, his pupils became dignified. Because Bai Xiaoyan knew that at this time, the real drama had just begun. Once you succeed, you can also retire. But once you fail, you will be in hell. The difference between the two can be described as a world of difference. However, Xiao Yang was too busy to think about this. The huge fighting chi gathered into the wriggling space, and the next moment, in the broken space, the space around the origin of life was also slowly wriggling. The space around the origin of life was just wriggling, and the plants on the ground suddenly turned around, as if they had a very high level of intelligence, and then a faint breath instantly locked the wriggling space, and then, the locked aura in the wriggling space also fed back into the white Xiao Yang soul realm. Damn it! That's too late. Do it. Bai Xiaoyan also discovered these terrifying plants, and then he couldn't care about it anymore. Just after the information was passed out, in the space around the source of life, a palm appeared out of thin air, and then the next moment also suddenly swiped at the source of life stone. The palm at this time was the black Xiao Yang's palm. At this time, an extremely hot milky white flame was also slowly wrapping it. The next moment, the palm also moved towards the vicious claws where the source of life stone was. In a breath, the palm filled with milky white flames also instantly came to the void where the source of life stone is. Then he grabbed the latter viciously. Bang bang bang. As soon as the blow fell in the air, the flame around the milky white flame palm disappeared instantly, apparently shattered by the mysterious power in the shattered space. Damn it! What a terrifying power! The next moment, that terrifying feeling was also fed back to Bai Xiao Yan from the palm of his hand. That power seems to be the mysterious power in this broken space, but Xiao Yan can't tell what kind of power it is, but the only thing that is certain is that the power of this power is far from his current self. Confrontable. As the milky white flame on the palm disappeared, the next moment, a heart-piercing pain appeared on the palm, and a feeling of being torn apart also emanated from the bottom of my heart. At this time, the white Xiao Yang also felt the same aura from the palm of the black Xiao Yang, so his pupils shrank tightly. At this time, you can't give up. As soon as Bai Xiao Yang gritted his teeth, an extremely huge vindictive aura instantly poured into the squirming space. Bai Xiao Yan knows that the mysterious power of this broken space will directly tear the palm of his black soul avatar in the next moment, so he does not hesitate to spend a huge amount of fighting energy to protect the palm. Because Bai Xiao Yang, with his huge soul power and milky white flame power, can barely resist the mysterious power in this broken space. The next moment, that power also emerged from the wriggling space around the origin of life, and then suddenly injected into the palm. With the injection of a huge amount of fighting chi, the palm that was about to be unable to support it also regained a different look. Why can't I take it away? After Bai Xiao Yan finished all this, he also quickly calculated in his heart. Just now, the palm of his soul avatar had clearly touched the source of life stone. How could he not be able to take it away? That kind of feeling, as if penetrating the past out of thin air. It shouldn't be. This is the same space tilde, how could this be? After a short thought, Bai Xiao Yan also found that the huge fighting chi above the palm was rapidly weakening. Once the fighting chi disappeared, the palm could not escape the end of turning into powder. Xiao Yang. The origin of life stone is the switch of the entire Xianling Emperor Pond, and you can't take it away just by relying on you. Replace it with something. The Golden Dragon King's voice also echoed in this space outside. Replace. The next moment, white Xiao Yang also had an idea, and a wooden stick slowly appeared in Xiao Yang's hand. This wooden stick was something that Xiao Yang casually found by his side. Go. With a flick of the finger, the wooden stick also flew into the wriggling void. The next moment, he also suddenly appeared in the squirming space around the originium of life. The black and white photo shows the two of them as one. Black Xiao Yang also instantly understood the meaning of Xiao Yang, and then the next moment, the palm also turned around out of thin air, the wooden stick, and without hesitation, headed towards the place where the origin of life stone was. He held the wooden stick with his fingers and walked towards the origin of life. Bang bang bang. Wherever the palm passed, the origin of life stone and the round object under it were instantly taken away by the huge palm. All that was left was the stick hanging in the place where the origin of life should have existed. The space inside and outside the broken space was squirming, and it returned to calm. Success? The woman also slightly exuded an air of extreme joy, and then asked. His grandma's. Xiao Yang sat down on his butt, and then gasped heavily, apparently also in shock. At the last moment just now, Xiao Yang clearly felt that above the palm, an irresistible force came out of nowhere, and it was about to tear the palm of the black Xiao Yang. But it was at that moment, the moment the stick appeared, with the stick in the palm, and then abruptly moved towards the origin of life stone. This time, it was much easier. When the palm of the hand touched the source of life stone, it seemed to be trying to penetrate it. But at the next moment, a gentle force emanated from the palm of the hand, and then there was a slight movement in the source of life stone, and the palm took the source of life stone away, along with the mysterious round object, and the wooden stick also replaced the position of the source of life. But one thing is fortunate, that the terrifying plants on the ground were also blocked by his master, the Golden Dragon King, when they were about to attack his palm. Otherwise, Xiao Yang would not be so smooth. However, although this seems very simple, the level of complexity in it, I am afraid that Xiao Yang thinks about it now, but he has enough energy. After all, Black Xiao Yang is also a clone of his soul power. If he loses a palm, his soul power will also be greatly damaged. If he attacks Xiao Yang at that time, it will probably cause considerable trouble. But luckily that didn't happen. Xiao Yang is also quite fortunate for one thing. then he is also quite handy with the use of the handprints in this space. It's fine. The Golden Dragon King also walked up quickly, then circled around Xiao Yang and said with satisfaction after finding that there was nothing missing. This Xiao Yang's courage is still his mind, and the Golden Dragon King appreciates it. This small action of the Golden Dragon King, his master, is also warm in Xiao Yang's eyes. After all, the source of life is also an extremely important thing for the Golden Dragon King. Now the Golden Dragon King does not see life at first sight. Originium, but to check Xiao Yang's body for any injuries. Thank you very much. White Xiao Yang also said slowly to Black Xiao Yang. Obviously, in the situation just now, it was also the strength that the two of them showed together, and it was immediately said. You and I were originally one, so why should I thank you for this? Black Xiao Yang also smiled casually, and the next moment, without waiting for White Xiao Yang to speak, he suddenly turned into a force and returned to his soul. Within the sea. Fortunately not to be humiliated. The next moment, Xiao Yang also said to the woman. I was the one who miscalculated before. I didn't expect this place to be so terrifying. Otherwise, I wouldn't let you risk your life. The Golden Dragon King also said solemnly. Master, don't worry, I have my own measure. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he also slowly raised his palm. At this time, a rather exquisite stone also appeared on Xiao Yang's palm. Along with the appearance of the stone, there is a round thing like a bucket attached to the stone. This is the origin of life stone. The Golden Dragon King also looked away, then stared at the origin of life stone in Xiao Yang's hand, and muttered. Don't forget to promise me. The remaining power in the immortal sword was also aware of the situation in front of him, and without speaking, it turned into a beam of light and returned to the immortal sword. The battle just now consumed a lot of her strength, so she simply did not fight Xiao Yang and the others. After all, she could not fight if she wanted to. Master, do you really want to give some of the power to this fairy sword? Xiao Yang also saw that the woman returned to the fairy sword, and then whispered. That's natural. That fairy sword is a rare treasure. If it wasn't a semi-finished product, I'm afraid it would be very valuable. The Golden Dragon King also laughed. And don't worry, the function of this source of life stone is not just as simple as refining weapons. A weapon tempered with this origin of life stone will also have some attributes of this origin of life stone on the weapon. So if this immortal sword is tempered in the future, it will be a huge help. Jin Long also smiled at the immortal sword immortal after he finished speaking. Master, what exactly is this source of life stone? The next moment, Xiao Yang was also puzzled. This is exactly what I want to tell you. After the Golden Dragon King finished speaking, there was a lot of vicissitude in his voice. Master, you. Xiao Yang also discovered some of the Golden Dragon King's emotions, and immediately asked. I'm fine, I just remembered some bad things. But I am also very at ease with you. I'm afraid that old fellow Tuotuo's eyesight has to be admired even by me. The Golden Dragon King also had a bit of fog in his pupils. After Xiao Yang felt it, he was greatly surprised in his heart. This Golden Dragon King is extremely arrogant. To allow such an arrogant Golden Dragon King to treat Tuoshi like this, it only means that the two of them can be called life and death. Hey, I'm wrong, let's talk about business. The Golden Dragon King also found that he was emotional. He coughed a few words, and then said. This source of life stone is a stone with enormous vitality. This kind of vitality seems too slim to you now, but I believe you will know the secret in the future. The biggest function of this source of life stone is the power of life. You know, when I was controlled and sealed by those foreign evil races, I lost a lot of my original power, even my vitality. And this source of life stone is also a great supplement. With it, I can also return to the peak state of my soul power. The Golden Dragon King's voice also became stronger. This thing. It's so terrifying. You don't need to ask Xiao Yang to know that this source of life stone is also a great supplement to his master, the Golden Dragon King. Once his master, the Golden Dragon King, has recovered to the pinnacle of his soul power, with time, after he has obtained a holy flame, he will condense his body for it, which is also a real rebirth. Maybe from today, I will have to retreat. Because I felt some familiar aura, I had to make some preparations in advance. The Golden Dragon King also said solemnly, Master, don't worry, the disciple will surely condense a body for you when you are out of the gate. Xiao Yan also said, I don't doubt that you are this kid's potential. I just think that in the days when you're not around, you also need to practice hard. If you're lazy, I can't spare you. The Golden Dragon King also laughed. The disciple takes orders. Xiao Yang also said, although his master Jin Long King said so, but Xiao Yang could also feel the concern from the bottom of his heart from that smile. Just as Yao Lao cared about him on the Dochi continent back then. Long Yi, I know your purpose for following me, but I can also tell you clearly, if you follow me faithfully and rule the Dragon Clan in the future, you will definitely be benefited, and Xiao Yang is also to some extent. My disciple, you should know how to do it, right? The next moment, the Golden Dragon King also slowly said to Long Yi who was beside him. My lord, I know what to do. Long Yi also smiled, but his heart was already blooming with joy. Obviously, Long Yi is also quite happy. After all, the Dragon Clan is a place where strong people gather. Every dragon from other planes takes entering the Dragon Clan as the highest honor. Long Yi is no exception. It's just that Long Yi's strength is too weak, and his own dragon blood is too weak, so if you want to join this dragon family, it will be more difficult than ascending to the sky. But following Xiao Yang, it is different. Even Long Yi is very happy with the strength this kid is showing now. If he follows this kid, then the Golden Dragon King will be resurrected in the future, and he will join the Dragon Clan. There may be some great benefits as well. By that time, you Yulong men will be just around the corner. That's why Long Yi is so happy. When I'm away, remember to take good care of yourself. The Golden Dragon King also said slowly. Yes. Xiao Yang heard the words, his pupils also became a little wet. Obviously he had just arrived in this strange world. If it wasn't for his master, the Golden Dragon King, he probably wouldn't know where he was. Although you are only a 4-star Do Emperor at this time, the power of life is not a bad idea. After the Golden Dragon King finished speaking, he also exuded a golden Do Chi, and then closed his eyes slightly, facing the man in the palm of his hand. The source of life is gone. The next moment, an extremely huge life force was also emitted from the source of life stone, and then slowly injected into the circular object. Next. After doing all this, the Golden Dragon King also laughed. Master, this? As soon as Xiao Yang took over, he felt an extremely strong force emanating from this round object. This thing is called Sheng Shuiyun, and it is a thing specially used to preserve medicinal power. As for the power of life, the effect is extremely terrifying. Even if it is you now, you will have a qualitative leap after absorbing it. After all, this is a power that can only be absorbed by the powerhouses of the Dozian level. Soul power, so I can rest assured that you can absorb it. The Golden Dragon King also said. Furthermore, here is the core area of the entire Xianling Emperor Pond, and the effect of soaking here will be even better than outside. And with this power of life, it is also a matter of course for the stepping stone of the 6-star Do Emperor. Even the 5-star Do D can be touched. The Golden Dragon King also said. Xiao Yang was overjoyed when he heard this. Even if it was the diluted life force in front of him, the intensity of its energy was even greater than anything Xiao Yang had ever seen before. With such a huge power, I am afraid that it can also impact the level of the perfection level of the 4-star Do Emperor. Yes. Xiao Yang heard the words and said the same. Then I'm leaving. The Golden Dragon King also glanced at Xiao Yang slowly, and then no longer hesitated, with the rather strange shape of the source of life stone in his hand, and poured directly into the Emperor Yang ring in Xiao Yang's hand among them, and his own soul, also followed the source of life into the Emperor Flame ring instantly. The next moment, Xiao Yang also felt that, in his Emperor Flame ring, in a dark space, a huge golden hood also appeared. Obviously, this is his master Jin Long King devouring the source of life stone and restoring his origin. Force. Let's do the right thing, after all, it's a lot of time lost. Xiao Yang also said slowly after a short stay. Don't worry, there's me too. Long Yi also found that Xiao Yang seemed a little lost, and then said slowly, "Yes." Xiao Yang also responded with a sound, then picked up the Sheng Shueyun in his hand and observed it carefully. This water cloud looks like a vessel with a ring-shaped edge. The edges are ring-shaped, and the middle sinks. In the vessel at this time, the colorless and transparent water also stood slowly and quietly. Although it is extremely small, the terrifying power contained in it is exuded without the slightest concealment. This is really a good thing. Xiao Yang also murmured. The seemingly weak life force in his hands, if Xiao Yang had not possessed as many as 23 kinds of different fires and a huge soul force, he would not dare to absorb it rashly. Otherwise, if you can't absorb such a huge amount of power, you'll have to explode and die. Fortunately, Xiao Yang had enough confidence to absorb this power, and immediately put the vessel down, and then slowly sat cross-legged. If he wanted to absorb this life force, Xiao Yang also had to make sure of everything. After all, this kind of opportunity was rare. Xiao Yang sat down cross-legged, then took out many high-level medicinal pills and slowly placed them in front of him. The space here is really strange. It can't recover any trace of Do Qi, and the body of Do Emperor cannot be used. Xiao Yang also murmured, and the next moment Xiao Yang no longer hesitated, and suddenly took those medicinal pills slowly. To swallow it. Immediately after taking the medicine pill, an extremely gentle force instantly swam in Xiao Yang's body, roaming among Xiao Yang's limbs. At that time, the parts of Xiao Yang's body where the fighting qi was exhausted were slowly recovering the fighting qi, and the medicinal power was constantly swimming. King. The fat and thin brothers and sisters failed. A man dressed in plain clothes also swayed the feather fan in his palm slightly. Trash. My Xianling royal family has nurtured them for so long, yet I can't even handle this trivial matter. On the throne, King Xianling was also instantly furious. The extremely expensive night pearl on the palm was also crushed instantly and turned into powder in the hall. King, calm down. Wenzi also said. How are the preparations for the crusade against the Medusa family? The next moment, King Xianling suddenly raised his head and asked. The dragon-loving legion has already gathered 5 people. The remaining 5 people are also being summoned. Once these 5 people are gathered together, they can also set off to crusade Medusa at that time. It's just. Before Wenzi finished speaking, his tone became extremely strange. Just what? King Xianling also snorted coldly. Among the dragon-loving legions, many people seem to be very dissatisfied with your rule. Wenzi said slowly without hesitation. Damn it! After this success, I will make you all willingly bow your heads and serve as ministers. After King Xianling finished speaking, his eyes became fierce. Go on, prepare for the auction first. King Xianling also remembered something, and then said slowly. Yes, my king. Wenzi also replied softly, and then left the next moment. At this time, in the great hall, the gold and blue were brilliant, and only King Xianling was left on the throne. He didn't know what to think. In another place, in an extremely delicate room, Elder Zhu also opened his eyes and murmured, there are still 20 days. This video will end here.